Very good morning and welcome all of you for my session. JavaScript syntax we are going to see. This is under module number 3, JavaScript. The most common programming constructs including the variables, conditional loops and arrays. And before moving to the advanced topics called events and classes, we will see these basic programming constructs. The JavaScript reputation. Mostly this JavaScript reputation is for not only for stem from its strange way of implementing the object-oriented concepts, but also from some odd syntactic concepts too. So this is everything is type sensitive, including function, class, and variable names. And this variable names is used for anything, but not type, but values too. And the scope of variables in blocks is not supported. And we can use these variables either as a primitive type or a reference object also. And this means the variables declared inside a loop may be accessible outside the loop also. It counters to what one could expect. And by using the reserved keyword var, we can use this variable. And there is a equivalence operator which is not only for equality but type equivalence. We have primitive types called, we have some different types of primitive types over here. First thing is boolean, string, number, null, undefined. So these are the things we can see here. And null and undefined are two different states for a variable, and semicolons are not required, but this is an optional one and we can increase that. There is no integer type, only number, which means floating point rounding errors are prevalent even with values intended to be integers. And when we see in that assignment operator or any other looping statement, either use integer, string, or number. And variables. Variables in JavaScript are dynamically typed. Normally, this JavaScript is totally based on dynamically typed programming language, and it means a variable can be an integer and then later a string and then later an object if so desired. So these variables can be used for anything and not type but values too. And if we are using these variables, we can assign either we can assign we can assign an address, or we can refer in reference to any object. The object may be any number also, and this simplifies the variable declaration so that we do not the familiar type fields called int, char, and string. Instead, we are using the reserved keyword called var. So here in this bold section, I have mentioned that var. An assignment can happen at declaration time by appending a value to the declaration, or at runtime with a simple right to left assignment. So not this assignment operator is same as like the previous programming languages also same. Either it may be a single assignment operator or a compound statement, compound assignment, we can plus equal to or minus equal to we can apply, and it can be either in two ways, that is primitive type or object type that we will see now. And these are the comparisons we can see. First operator is equals, and second is exactly equals includes type, and we are just matching whether the number is true or false, because the here we can match this to a boolean only. It just points into the boolean, not a type or any value. And less than, greater than, and less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. So this is how the comparison operator we can find out here. And logical operators, and the boolean operators like and, or, not, and the two tables listed over here. While seeing this and truth table, if we can see if both A and B is true, then your AND operator will become true, the remaining things will be false. And when you see this odd table, if A and B will become false, then your output will become false in R truth table, and the remaining thing is true. And when you see this not truth table, the complement of A, like if it is true, then you'll have a complement of F. If it is false, then you have a complement of true. So this is the thing. And conditional of means where we can use any else if inside the if statements. We already see this in previous topics, I think. And JavaScript syntax is almost same as like your PHP, Java, or see when it comes to the conditional structures like if and if else statements, we can see the condition test is contained within open and closed brackets with the body contained in open brace brackets. And here the example we are going to see is we are going to set a variable based on the hour of the day. we already see this we are using the variable hour of the day and greeting, and to hold hour of the day and then to hold the greeting message. We are using the if else statements. Inside that we can add any number of else if. So the first thing is we are going to test the condition hour of the day is greater than 4 and hour of the day is less than 12. You will be getting a greeting message called good morning. Else if hour of the day is greater than or equal to 12 and hour of the day is less than 20, then you will be getting an optional message called good afternoon. Else option will own workout means you will be getting a greeting message called good evening. So this is the conditional statement. We can go through that. And loops. Loops here, like conditional loops, also have using the same blocks to define the body of the loop. And you can encounter this while and for loops same as like the previous programming languages. The same thing, we can initialize and we can give a test condition and we can go for increment or decrement operator, whether we are using in for. And we can initialize a loop control variable by giving variable I is equal to 0, and you can test the loop control variable by giving while I less than 10, and you can increment the loop control variable too. And for loops, this is a count and it just combines the component of a loop initialization condition and post loop operation into one statement. By using the for keyword, we can place between the open brace and close brace open and close brackets, and we can use semicolon for separating these variables. We can do by using this condition we can go for. And now functions. And before going to this function, we need to understand the assignment operator first. We can use either primitive or object. We already saw that. And objects are allocated on heap. And this we can, if you go for a primitive means, you can, we do have some values for that. And these, if you want to, and then we need to understand the difference between how to assigning an address of a variable, assigning address of an object into variable is totally different from assigning a primitive value to the variable. And now we'll see the functions. Therefore, a function for x to the y power we will see now. And the power of x comma y, the one is applicable to the variable. We are going to see the power actually, and we are using the for condition by giving initialization called variable equal to 0 and I less than y and I plus plus. If for example I am giving 4 power 2, so then we will be getting a double of 4 and which is saved in power, and you can return the statement and by calling power of 2 comma 10. If you are returning these statements, we can this power 2 comma 10 will be called to the function power x comma y.